Hi, welcome to the first video in the happiness series. I'm going to go over a new way to think about happiness, just the overview in this one, and then we're going to have more videos on the details. So in general, I think we're overthinking and overcomplicating happiness. I think it boils down to happiness equals feeling like things are going to be all right. So if we look at all of our feelings that we have and we look at them as what a survival mechanism, we've got positive feelings guiding us towards things that we think are going to continue our healthy life, and then we've got the bad feelings that we think are going to, be detrimental to us. So happiness, that's feeling like things are going to be all right, and unhappiness, that's when we feel like things are not going to be all right and we need to take some action. Okay? So these are predictions. We've got a lot going on inside our brain and mind and body, remembering all of our past experiences in different ways, and they're all contributing to these predictions. Okay, and we're getting these feelings, and the stronger the feeling, the more importance we put on that, the faster we act. Okay, and that's the basics of what's going on. And like I said, we're going to get into more details there in the subsequent videos, but I think where we get tripped up is we look for specifics. We look for, okay, does money equal happiness? Well, we didn't always have money, so probably not. Do good relationships equal happiness? I think they contribute to it. I think you can see the pattern here. Having a lot of money in this day and age can help you resolve a lot of issues you might come up with, and you might be able to pay for a nice house and a car, and pay for any problems that come up, pay for medical care if you need it, strong family connections and friend connections, a nice support network can also help you weather the storm of any issues. So they all contribute to happiness in different ways, right? Having a lot of stuff, in one sense, you could feel like, okay, I've got all the things I need to get by any issues, but none of them inherently or on their own contribute to happiness. And another thing, so there's a few ways we get tripped up. We look for specifics, we look for things that are the same from person to person, but we're all going to have different experiences, different backgrounds, different ideas of what is happiness, or what's going to allow us to navigate through troubles. So we don't necessarily want specifics. We don't want something that's universal to everybody. And then even in our own lives, the same thing within a few seconds or a few minutes can go from causing us happiness to causing us unhappiness, right? So we could buy a new product and have it and be really happy with it, and then all of a sudden we get some new information. Maybe it's counterfeit, maybe it's broken, maybe it's you found out the company is unethical, or causing a lot of pollution. And so the more information you have, it could change your happiness, right? And then so we've got we're looking for specifics. That's not quite right. We're looking for something universal across different people. Not quite right. And then the item itself can change with more information. And then on top of that, we can look at it in terms of a time perspective. So you could be anticipating something. I call this anticipation happiness. Okay, leading up to it, you're thinking and predicting it's going to be good, and you're going to get some feelings with that. Then there's experiencing it, and let's say it works out, and you get some excitement happiness, and those are very strong emotions because it's happening in the moment. And then you can have some happiness associated with, if you think it's going to impress other people, that would be what I call pride happiness. Okay, and then looking back on your life, looking back on your experiences, you could have some reflection happiness. And then because surveys are used a lot in this happiness research, I've got a concept of survey happiness, right? So what would it take for you to fill out a survey and score 10 out of 10 that a specific experience or situation made you happy, right? Let's use an example of eating a treat, maybe eating an ice cream or chocolate or something. You're going to have some emotions leading up to that. You're going to have some emotions having the treat. Maybe you'll have some pride and you can impress your friends that like you ate the biggest ice cream or had the biggest chocolate bar or it was the fanciest chocolate, and you can tell everyone about it. And then reflection, you can look back and think, wow, that was maybe a really delicious treat I made. You know, maybe you created an amazing cake or something, or shared it with friends and had a great time, right? But like I was saying, the reflection happiness can change. Maybe all of a sudden you think, I ate too many treats over my life and now I am, on a certain medication. Or maybe those treats were, you wasted a lot of money. Now you don't have enough money to pay for your house or something, right? Maybe not that extreme, but you can see how things change with time and with, just looking at it from a different point of view, right? So happiness equals feeling like things are going to be all right, but it's going to be different for everybody. It's going to change with the wind, kind of. It's going to change with the information you have, change with the perspective you take on it. Okay, so that's where it gets complicated. But I think it's beneficial to think about this or to have this mental model that, okay, I know happiness equals feeling like things are going to be all right. So you can evaluate things better. So when you're presented with, let's say, a better job and like more money or less money or a change in the money, you can say, okay, is this going to help me feel like things are going to be all right? Or if you have to weigh the options between working more, spending more time with your friends and family or on your hobbies or something like that, right? Immediately, you're going to have strong emotions with those situations, with those potentials. But if you can kind of look past it and think about, does this really equate to something I think is going to make me feel like things are going to be all right? Am I going to be able to look back on my life and feel like things were all right, and then look forward beyond my life and feel like things are going to be all right for future generations, right? So it all comes down to feeling like things are going to be all right. These are predictions. These are coming from a few different systems inside our mind and body, our memory and things like that. And the stronger the feelings, the more importance we put on things. So we can get kind of swayed in the moment by something really exciting, something maybe that tastes really good, or something maybe really convincing sales presentation or commercial, right? So as long as we have in the back of our mind happiness equals feeling like things are going to be all right, we can make these better decisions. Okay, so that's enough for the overview. We're going to get into these predictions. We're going to get into these two systems. We're going to get into these feelings and how we can get swayed in the moment. So this is just a new mental model that we can all, live the lives we want by not being so confused about happiness. I look forward to seeing your comments down below and continue this conversation in the next few videos.